Good morning, everyone. It's Victoria Lorient-Faibish, registered psychotherapist, relationship expert, and happy Valentine's Day. I hope everyone's feeling somewhat of the vibe of Valentine's Day, but I'm here to talk about the notion of rethinking, redoing, rewiring your relationships. I hope everyone understands this. We are neural pathways. Our brain is filled with neural pathways. And these neural pathways are corresponding with old, held, long-term beliefs that you learned in your family of origin. Family culture is what I call it. And I just want to say, hi everyone who's tuning in. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. It is sunny here in Toronto, and you have no idea how amazing it is to have 2 or 3 days in a row with sunshine. And it makes for a beautiful energy. But I really want to talk about our neural pathways. Because when you're thinking about redoing or rewiring or rethinking how you do relationship culture, because I call it relationship culture, family culture, and self-culture, what we're really talking about is a methodology by which you work with your brain to change your thoughts about things. The best and most important thing when people are looking at their relationships and looking at how they want to date and how they want to do their long-term relationships is really become aware. Get present. Become aware of what is happening around you, what you learned. I tell my clients to take an inventory. Keep a journal, and I ask some lead questions like, what did I learn about love and relationships from my parents, from my grandparents, from my friends' parents, from the friends that have relationships that are long-term? What am I learning? And a lot of people will answer those types of questions with, oh, relationships are difficult, or long-term relationships are boring. These are the long-held beliefs. Long-term relationships are boring. You can't have good sex if you've been married a long time. Really? Okay, not true. I've been together with my beautiful husband for over 25 years, and I'm going to tell you, it's something you have to work at. It's something that you have to make plans around, make appointment dates, because I'm going to tell you, life gets in the way. But back to our old long-held beliefs. Other long-held beliefs that I've heard are things like, when I'm dating, I need to give up of myself. I need to annul myself in order to please the other person, or, basically give of myself so that now I live their lifestyle. And this is the fastest way to become an unhappy, resentful person, let me tell you. Case study, beautiful person that I've worked with that basically used to love sport, incredible sport. She was an incredibly sport active human being. But the new person that she started dating was someone who really enjoyed music, awesome, and really enjoyed having a pint after work, awesome, fun, whatever that may be. But her sport lifestyle went completely by the wayside, and she became the person that sort of lived her new boyfriend's lifestyle. And that is the fastest way for her to end up in my office and go, I'm no longer happy. I'm not a happy person. What happened? And the first question I ask is, what happened recently? She said, well, I no longer do the things that make me happy. I'm doing what my boyfriend wants. Or I'm no longer doing the things that are what I used to do. I'm now, after work, I meet up with my boyfriend here and here. So these are the kinds of stories that I hear that lead people to feeling depressive, unhappy, lost, out of touch with themselves. And so there's a belief system in this person that says, in order for me to be happy in my relationship, old neural pathway, old big highway in here, I need to no longer have my own interests. I need to basically be all about the other person and follow their lifestyle or their way of doing things. And I can't tell you how many people do that. And that is something that this person in particular learned from what she observed her mother do. So that became the relationship culture that she ingested, that she metabolized, that she brought down kind of unconsciously from her family of origin, from her family culture. So I'm inviting you to analyze your family culture. If you have any questions, please let me know, anyone who's watching. This is the kind of thing that people need to rethink, rewire. And the only way you're going to rewire your brain is if you become aware of what you're thinking and then go about the business of repetitively doing something differently than what you were taught that no longer works for you. So it's all about really analyzing, the 2 or 3 big questions. What do I want? What do I need? And what am I feeling in this moment? And you have to pay attention to that and write it down. Write it down, journal about it, because usually those are the internal cues. Don't numb it out. The internal cues that will help you change your life, that will help you do something different. Hi, David Cohen. And actually, David and I are doing in March, and I'll post the link, a really cool panel and a couple of other really cool people. Gail Scott will be in on it. She's a trust expert, and I will be there, and David Cohen will be there. It's a panel called the Rethink It series, and we'll all be talking about how to rethink things, how to redo relationships, how to rewire how you think about and do relationships. And generally speaking, I would say that this planet needs us to do relationships in a healthy way, in an empowered way, in a way that is honoring the self culture, while at the same time honoring the others as well. But there is no way that you are going to be able to do your relationship in a healthy way if you forget about yourself. And if you have inherited from your family of origin, from your family culture, that the only way for me to do relationships is for me to not honor myself and hold on to my passions and hold on to who I am, you don't have a relationship that goes far. Thanks for your commentary, David, by the way. Here's the other thing I want to say. Long-term relationship culture does not need to be boring, does not need to be unhealthy. Stop taking each other for granted. Pay attention, get in the moment, get right now in the moment and go, who's in front of me and what is it that I can see that is precious and valuable about this person in this moment? So if you have sort of long-held beliefs that long-term relationships are all about boring or muting your truth or not really speaking your absolute truth in relationships, you have to understand that you can change this. You do not have to be at the mercy of your brain. You can be the master of your brain and how it is wired. And you can go about the business of looking at old held beliefs, and those are corresponded with big neural pathways, and you can slowly dismantle them. And that's how you redo, rethink, rewire your relationships. I hope that really helps. I wish everyone a happy, Valentine's Day. Just looking at the time here. Yeah, I want to ask you something here before we go. If anyone wants to sort of comment here on how it is that they're experiencing this Valentine's Day, maybe it's not something great for them, and I want to hear about that, and I'm going to respond. Maybe it's something amazingly romantic, and I want to hear about that, and I'm going to share about that and respond to that. So just, if you can, drop me a line on this link later on when I post the video, when it's saved, and I'll repost it. And let's keep the conversation going, because this is all about community. This is all about, finding ways to commune with one another, and of course, finding ways to rewire, rethink, redo our relationships. You do not have to do it again and again. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of madness. My favorite definition of madness. All right. Have a fantastic, beautiful day, and happy day of the Valentine. Bye.